Okay, let's talk about quiz number 10. A little more with guitars and amplifiers. The first is about tube amplifiers. And I probably, more often than not, fall into this assumption that all tube amplifiers sound good. That is not true. There are some tube amplifiers that do not sound good. And that's just a law of nature, I suppose. But then when you are miking an amplifier, if you want more reverb from the room, some of the actual acoustic reverb, the way you get more of that is to move the microphone further away from the source. So, and particularly if I'm going for a more retro sound, I usually like that. Now, you could get some leakage, you can get some problems, you can have things that go wrong as you're moving it away from an amplifier. Particularly if it's on the floor, you're going to get reflections off of the floor that could go out of phase, and you can have ins and outs of different frequencies. But you're going to get more reverb, more acoustic reverb. Move the mic farther back. So sometimes you'll see me put two microphones in the same spot in front of an amplifier, and that is usually because each of those different microphones picks up different frequencies. Usually I'm going to have an SM57, and then I might have a large diaphragm condenser to get more of the low end, whereas the 57 is getting more of the attack, more of the sharp, more of the high frequencies. I will also do this with ribbon microphones when I have good ribbon microphones. I don't have good ribbon microphones right now. Good. Okay, and then the last two questions are about working an amplifier. And if you're a guitarist, if you've got a tube amplifier, you probably know this already, but it's a good thing to make sure other people know if they encounter that, right? There are two separate stages in a tube amplifier, and I'm going to call the first one gain. So the gain knob, that's going to increase your distortion, okay? If you want it louder, you don't need to turn up the gain, right? Gain is going to make it more distorted. The volume knob is what's going to make it louder, right? So you can set the gain where it sounds good, and then set the volume to how loud you want it to be. Okay? Great. Thank you very much, and keep your knobs clean.